3 seconds. Burgess step back, deep three, tried to bank it in. Oh, baby! Bank shot's good by Burgess.
You know what time it is. Scotty Nation, stand up and represent the Navy and Gold, as it's time to let everyone know this is Highland Community College.
3 ball on the way, Carvalho, swish! Carvalho hits the 3.
From the players who work hard and never quit.
Nicoli wide open 3, nothing but nylon. Bazinga, and the 3s are splashing home.
The coaches who strategize and game plan.
From the soles of your feet, with every ounce of blood you've got in your body, lay it on the line until the final whistle blows.
And the fans who cheer.
Double trap over the far side, and it's going to be pickpocketed there. Hamalio, Nicoli goes to the rim, rolls it up and down. Nice job, Libben. Spot up 3, good. Nothing but nylon from the trifecta.
This is Highland Scotty basketball.
Welcome into Ben Allen Fieldhouse here tonight. Of course, or actually this afternoon, I should say, for the final game of the calendar year. Head into the holiday break after today, and well, we'll see if Highland Community College women's basketball team can head into the break with an unblemished record on their belt, as they of course are 15-0 on the season thus far, and look to improve to 16-0 here today, as they will host Missouri Southern State University JV. They've already played them once this year. They played at Missouri Southern State University and beat the JV team 80-47 back earlier this year on November the 28th. The Scotties were victorious. However, the Scotties did trail at halftime in that ball game, as Missouri Southern State, well, gave them a little bit of a run for their money in that showdown. A strong third quarter cemented the action and in full firm favor of the Lady Scotties of Highland Community College, but they were able to take care of business on the road ultimately in the showdown, only to see that, of course, had a little bit of a tight first half between those two teams. It'll be interesting to see how the Scotties come out today. They're without the services of Sydney Brindley, a little bit nicked up for Sydney, so taking every precaution necessary for her to rest up for this final game and the holiday break, and ultimately get ready for the opportunity at hand of the second half of the season. But almost ready for the tip, as it's the Scotties taking on the Missouri Southern State University Lions here today. And for the Lions, starting for themselves, Ines Catalan Mateos, also Kylie Ackland, Jessica Estes, Lindsay Showalter, and Morgan Brightwell. Head coach Ronnie Wrestle in the air, and also assistant coach Jordan O'Brien for Missouri Southern State JV. For the Lady Scotties of Highland, 15-0 on the season, led by 7th-year head coach B.J. Smith, as their starting 5 goes with sophomore Mariani De Carvalho, leads the team in points, 19.3 points per game. Sophomore Blaze Burgess leading the team in 3-point buckets and ranking in the top 5 nationally in 3-point field goal makes. Also, sophomore Nicoli Hamalio, who leads the nation in NJCAA Division II in steals and assists. Also starting today is redshirt freshman Maria Alcantara. She starts her 3rd time this year, and freshman Keandra White getting her 14th start today, as Keandra out of League City, Texas, averaging 6 points per game this year. So we'll see how this one unfolds here today at Ben Allen Fieldhouse this afternoon. Mike Smith alongside with you for the action here today. Scotties looking to tame the Lions and come out victorious for their 16th win of the season. Highland has won 24 games or 24 or more games, I should say, the last 6 years, and they're on pace to ultimately accomplish a feat like that yet again here this season. Only 3 gals netted double figures when these teams played earlier this year. That is something not typical to the Scotties. Their pretty much averaging 4 gals to score double figures in every single game. That's a feat they've accomplished 13 of 15 times. Highland will win the tip and take it right or left to right across your screen. Hamalio up to Burgess on the near side. Off the hands to White. White out to Hamalio. Nicole dribble drive move. Goes underneath the basket. Makes the extra pass. And here's a 3-ball by Carvalho. And Nani misfires on the trifecta try. Rebound collected by the Lions. So it's one and done for Highland. Mariani's actually in the top 20 in three-point field goal makes in the country. She's been able to net several of those. A turnover by the Lions. Scotty's forced 28.5 turnovers on their opponents this year, which is ranking them second best in the nation in NJCAA Division II. Scoreless ball game, nearly a minute gone by. Great bounce pass to Burgess, who went baseline, but she's called for a travel. Picked up the dribble and didn't hoist it away for stepping back on the floor. Tamia Victor checking in quite early. Alcantara checking out just less than a minute into the game. Victor's provided a lot of great energy from Emporia, Kansas. 6.6 points per game, 4 rebounds per game as well. Just across the midline, Mateos off now into the hands of Showalter, up to the free throw line. Double team. Nicole falls to the ground off the double. 3-ball from the right side wing. Short off the iron. Rebound snatched up by Carvalho. Mariani not only averaging 19 points per game, but 8 boards per contest this season, too. White pounds the pebble on the ground and gets it out back to the top of the wheel. Carvalho takes it to the rack, rolls it off the iron, and the iron unkind there on the tail spin on the shot. Still scoreless. We played a minute 20 in this affair. Mateos will take it back out, dribble drive move and dish it into the corner. Ackland in trouble. Burgess right on top of her. Bounce pass and broken up. Carvalho tries to save it before going out of bounds. Last touched by Mariani. So Lions keep the possession. They'll pull the trigger. Missouri State Southern State in the green unis today. Yellow numerals and letters outlined in white and yellow trim. Highland down in the home whites today with the dark blue numerals and letters. Little yellow gold trim as well. Inbound now on the far sideline. Mateos will sling this in. Quick whistle and a foul away from the ball, as it was a foul on the ball. 8:25 left to play here in the first quarter of action. Still scoreless ball game. Highland started off slow against Missouri Southern State last time they played, earlier back on November the 28th. They did lead after the first quarter 13-8, but trailed at halftime. Amalio, crossover move, dump pass for Victor, but she can't hold on, and the Scotties turn it over. In transition, Mateos, no numbers. She has to hit the brakes and set it up in the half-court set. Right to left across to your screen for today's action for Missouri State in this showdown. Off the dribble, here's a 3-ball from the right side wing. That's up and in. Lindsay Showalter knocked down the trifecta, and it's an early 3-0 lead for Missouri Southern State. The Lions take the initial lead of the ball game on the trifecta from the sophomore Showalter from Carl Junction, Missouri. Burgess thinking about a deep 3 here. 3 steps out, that rolls off the rim, and rebound collected again. This is time by the Lions. An outlet pass ahead finds Brightwall, and Brightwall with the carry. She looked her way into the paint. But Highland right now a little sluggish to get things rolling. And Bree Tidwell checking into the ballgame for the first time. Maria Alcantara checking in for the Scotties as well, rejoining the fold for Highland. Just trying to find some offensive groove. Head coach B.J. Smith says, can we start something? And offensively haven't been able to start much. Here's Tidwell at the free throw line, lost the handle, but gets it back out, pushed over to Burgess. Alcantara, Carvalho, extra pass, 3-ball by Hamalio. Nicole Hamalio splashes in the trifecta. Nicole has actually only made now 10 threes on the season, that being her 10th. As Hamalio averaging 12 points per game, does a little bit of everything. And it comes up with the 3-ball there. Tied at 3, 6:50 to go in the first quarter. Still slow start for Highland in this showdown. On the floor, Hamalio comes away with the steal. Takes the ball away, the little thievery. Hamalio in transition, backs it back out in the near corner. Tidwell now will swing it to Carvalho. Burgess on the left side wing. Nani sets the pick. Blaze rifles the pass cross court. Hamalio, dump pass inside. Alcantara straight up with it and bounces off the heel of the rim. Little shooter's roll by Alcantara with the deuce. Hamalio with the assist, and now a 5-3 Highland lead on a 5-0 Scotty run as well. Picked up this time. Now at the top of the wheel. Up to the top of the key in the hands of Ackland. Ackland off the move, goes into the corner. Corner pocket three from Brightwall. Nothing but the bottom of the net as 2 threes hit early by Missouri Southern State. And head coach B.J. Smith upset with how things have unfolded here in the first quarter of play. 5:55 remaining in the first. A 6-5 lead for Missouri Southern State. The Lions JV squad on top on 2 3-point baskets. They've only attempted 3 shots in the game and made 2 of them, obviously, from outside the arc. They've attempted every single shot. Nothing inside quite yet. Highland just 2 of 5 from the floor. Neither team has been ultra, accurate in this one. This is a really slow start for both teams. Highland looking to put themselves in a bit more of a groove. Of course, taking down Southeast Community College and Central Community College in the Southeast Classic in their most recent actions. Both victories there for Highland to improve to 15-0 and also move up in the polls in the NJCAA D2 rankings. Highland lost the handle out of bounds. Carvalho just couldn't hold on. Cameron Lemon checking in. Lemon's been a good energetic boost off the bench all year for Highland, netting a couple of 20-point performances. Last home game, she, matter of fact, had a career-high 24 against Oklahoma Wesleyan JV, a game in which Highland cruised in the victory, and a double dribble in the backcourt, harassing defense, causing a little bit of ruckus for Krista Clark, and she caused the double dribble to happen. So turnover by the Lions. They've had a trio of turnovers thus far, but as has Highland had 3 turnovers in this ball game. Lemon, the trigger man, on the baseline. Carvalho crashes to the basket, but then lost the handle. Burgess out for a 3. In and out, that ricochets about halfway down the cylinder, and Burgess can't knock down the 3. She's knocked down plenty of them, 46 this year, which ranks her fourth best in the nation in total made threes this season, shooting 42.8%. But that one wouldn't go, and Highland still trails by 1, 6-5 with 5 and change to play in the first. A lot of people yelling out there. It's Bree Tidwell, gets the deflection. Tidwell off and running. Scoop shot layup is good. Bree Tidwell swings the lead back to Highland. Bree averaging 13.8 points per game, has played in 13 of the 15 affairs this season and scored double figures 10 of the 13 games. In the near side corner, the Lions work it. They go off the dribble with Clark. Clark takes it to the rack, misfires, and rebound hauled in by Alcantara. Maria has played a lot more minutes as of late in the portion of the season. She's going to fire the 3. That one won't go in either. 3 balls still popping up all over the place, but can't get them to fall. Lobbed up and out of play as Missouri Southern State throws it away in a casual pass that was a little too casual in that situation. 4:26 to go in this one in the first quarter. And again, neither team establishing any firm control. And head coach B.J. Smith talking with one of his key players, and Carvalho on the sideline at the moment. And no gal has really had much to hang their hat on individually either, let alone in team capacity. Zone defense by the Lions at this point. They go to the corner. Lemon makes the extra pass. Burgess gets around one defender. Tidwell now stepping into the 3. Knocked it down. Cha-ching. Ring it up for Bree Tidwell for the trifecta. Tidwell's got 5 points, and she's 2 for 2 from the field is Tidwell thus far. Scotties now lead at 10-6 with under 4 to play in the first quarter. Off in the hands of Emma Bailey. Not a deep roster for this JV team. Here's a 3 ball on the way from the right side wing. It's good. Emma Bailey, the freshman from California, Missouri, knocks down the trifecta, and all 3s have fallen for the Lions so far. Wrestled up and in. Cameron Lemon with the teardrop shot, and Lemon knocks down the deuce. Whistle, and I don't know if it was a foul or... Oh. clock was an issue for a second. They looked over to the scores table. I thought maybe indicating a foul. And this is a foul on Tamia Victor, but clock issue was the stoppage of play a moment ago. But Lemon got the deuce, so that was 12-9. And Deja Purnell will come in. I think head coach B.J. Smith just looking for that right lineup, mixing things up and trying to find that, right lineup that will spark things for the Scotties right now. Of course, Highland averaging 104 points per game, but just have 12 here in the first quarter. They scored 80 in the game against Missouri Southern State earlier this year. The ball's on the floor, scrum for it. Purnell falls through the seat of her pants to pick it up. Here's Lemon now taking it off to the near side. Tidwell tries to walk the tightrope on the baseline, but steps out. And 3:05 to go in the first. It's 12-9. Highland on top, but again, still sluggish as far as their offensive groove in this showdown. Highland averaging 104 points per game. They've scored as many as 138 in one single contest. Their lowest output was 74 this year. And that one's up and in from an up and off the rim. It looked like it was going to go down, but didn't go down that time from Brightwall of Missouri Southern State. Tidwell knocks that up in the air, the deflection. Bree trying to poke it back out to her own teammate, but off and running, here comes Missouri Southern State all the way to the rim. Scoop shot layup is short. Rebound picked up offensively by Gepford, and she'll miss the shot on the second chance opportunity. And Alex Gepford, a junior, will go to the free throw line. Cameron Lemon picks up the personal. Team foul number 2 on Highland. No free throws shot yet in this ball game either way, so these are the first charity stripe tries. Flick of the wrist, free throw is good. Gepford nets the charity stripe try and makes it a 2-point ball game. Nicole Himalio back in for Highland. Himalio joins Purnell, Alcantara, Lemon, and Tidwell as the Scotties on the floor. Second free throw on the way from Gepford. With that free throw, she becomes the 4th different Lion to score today. And free throw spins down the drain. It's a 1-point ball game. Highland on top 12-11, but 2:30 left to play in the first. Lemon, Alcantara now swinging it to Himalio. Nicole pushes it back up to the high post. Alcantara will go it back. Now actually go down low. There's a kick ball off the hands of Alcantara and then off the feet of the gal from Australia, Zoe Campbell. Campbell, 6'3", the tallest gal for the Lions. 2:20 and counting here in the first. Lob down low. Alcantara shoots and shot put that up at the bottom of the backboard. And they're going to say she was fouled in the shot too. Didn't make it to the rim. Like I said, it's the bottom of the backboard. And Maria will go to the free throw line. Alcantara, 15 of 23 from the charity stripe this year, 65%. Misses strong off the first free throw try. Both teams shooting respectable percentages, but still sluggish start really for this ball game. Second free throw was good, so Alcantara splits the pair. Maria with 3 points, 5 points for Tidwell leads Highland in this showdown, but they're only up by 2. 13-11 with 2:15 to go in the first quarter. On the far sideline and just steps out of bounds. Running out of real estate, Gepford didn't really know where she was on the floor and just kind of received the pass, jumped right on the out of bounds line on the far sideline and causing a turnover. Highland did yet again. Highland has forced 7 turnovers from the Lions already. Still on pace to force those 28.5 that they usually do on a regular basis. Carvalho throws up the shot. Doesn't get the continuation. Shot that was going up as head coach B.J. Smith wants the continuation, but didn't get it. Carvalho thought had an and one. And Nani having a bit of an issue. Carvalho. So Carvalho having an issue of blood, but it's on her hand, and she says it's not hers, which means someone else, but I don't know where. No one else indicated that they were bleeding at this juncture. But Carvalho cleaned up, ready to go, back in, and was reset everything. That was an odd situation in that one, but Lemon gets the errant pass, then steps out of bounds. Actually, Missouri Southern State stepped out of bounds. I thought Lemon was the one that last touched it on the baseline, and I was right. Peculiar situation abounding on just that whole entire sequence, last 30 seconds. Stolen away by Lemon. Cameron now back in the half-court set. Will shovel the pass over to Tidwell. Bree inside the paint at the free throw line. Called for a carry. And head coach B.J. Smith running explanation. And he wants the same call the other way. Mateos, he says, does the same thing every single time down the line for Missouri Southern State. And Mateos, the point guard for Missouri Southern State. Coach B.J. Smith said, there you go, there's an example of what Tidwell did, and called for the carry. And that's poked away, back on the logo at half court. Mateos picks it up, pounds the ball to the floor, and gives that a handoff. Traveling violation now on the Lions. All around, slow start to the ball game for both teams, 13-11. 1:29 to play in the quarter. Lemon across the timeline. Carvalho on the floor with Tidwell, Hamalio, and Purnell. Little fadeaway jumper from 8 feet. Touches about every piece of the rim, and Bree Tidwell knocks down the deuce. Tidwell with an early 7 points and perfect 3 for 3 from the floor. 15-11 lead. Mateos sends it ahead, gets sent to Estes. Estes now cross-court pass, finds Clark. Clark deep three from nearly the Highland bench, and actually bounces in. As Krista Clark gets the three to ball to fall, and that draws the Lions back to within one. Purnell tries a three. Rainbowed up and in. Deja Purnell rocks down a trifecta try. Bree Tidwell with the assist, and the answer Highland does with a three ball of their own. 18-14 lead for the Scotties. Often dribbling to the basket. Brightwall gets fouled. Or handed off, then the foul happened. Jessica Estes will head to the free throw line. Estes to shoot two. Sophomore from Miller, Missouri. Most of the gals from Missouri on this JV team for the Lions. Free throw's a bit short, just grazes the rim. They do have a gal from Spain. They're starting point guard, Ines Catalana Mateos. And then a gal from Australia, too, Zoe Campbell. 18-14, 18-15 after one of two free throws by Estes of the Lions. Tidwell weaving her way into the paint. Now Hamalio. Nicole knifes her way through. Open look three from the corner for Bree Tidwell. Off the back of the iron. That one clanks. Tapped out of bounds. And last touched by Deja Purnell of Highland. 20.7 seconds left to go, so the shot clock turned off. This could be the final possession of the first half. Inbounded it to Mateos. Mateos being pressured in the backcourt. Will hand it off. And I'll let that gal bring it across half court. Worked it down to 13 seconds. Lemon getting in the passing lane, but the deflection happening from Tidwell on the way. Stays with the Lions. They'll inbound it from the near sideline. Brightwall set to pull the trigger. 3-point lead for Highland, 18-15, 11.2 ticks to go. Inbounded to Mateos on the near side. Tidwell gets crossed over for a moment. Recovers on the defensive end. Brightwall down low, deflected. Carvalho, 3 seconds. Lobs it ahead. Hamalio, Nicole throws it up, and too strong on the scoop shot layup at the end of the first quarter. Slow start for both teams, but Highland owns the lead after one, but it's only a 3-point margin for Highland in this one on the Scotty Sports Network. Scotty's up 18-15 after one quarter of play against Missouri Southern State junior varsity.
Watch all the action and relive games from the season on the Scotty Sports Network, your home for Highland Community College sports. Subscribe to the Scotty Sports Network on YouTube and stay connected to HCC Sports. And now you can catch the latest game action and special features on teams and players with programs like Scotty Sports Talk. Find links to Scotty Sports Network under the Fan Zone tab at ScottyAthletics.com and subscribe to the Scotty Sports Network on YouTube.
Highland's new precision agriculture program was designed for the farmer or related farm worker of the future. The future arrived quickly. Today's agricultural work goes beyond the field and barn to the computer, the satellite, the drone, the research lab. Aligning all these aspects precisely for the individual, field, and crop is provided by Highland's Precision Ag program. Centered in Baileyville at the College Western Center, this program can provide you with experience in understanding and applying modern farming methods. Check it out.
Well, slow start to the game for both teams, but Highland gets off to the lead, 18-15 after 1 quarter of action. We head to the second stanza in this showdown, and Highland, as I said, sluggish start to the ball game. Continued with the defensive performance that they would want, forcing 10 turnovers in the first quarter, but not able to capitalize on those 10 turnovers as maybe frequently as they would want. Deep three on the way, but Clark short on that trifecta try. Lemon gets the pass ahead from Carvalho. Now to Hamalio. Nicoli, dump pass down low, high off the glass. Victor misses too strong. And the Lions want to push the issue. Estes going to spot up for a 3 in transition, and the shot goes down as Estes knocks down a trifecta. And pretty much every single shot, actually every single field goal made for the Lions have been a 3-point basket. Carvalho lost the handle, was trying to go into the corner for Tidwell after it got a little bit wrapped up in the defense down low. And right now, Highland seeing 3 balls fall in for the Lions. They miss a 3 that time by Ackland. They are 5 of 8, though, from outside the arc. That's all their buckets in the game. Offensive foul. And Highland called for the offensive foul as Tamia Victor picked it up away from the ball. Maria Alcantara checking back into the game. 18-all contest after the 3-ball try from the Lions just open up this quarter. Highland shooting 50% from the floor, 7 of 14, but they have 8 turnovers to the 10 on the other side for the Lions. Lions continue to hoist them up from 3-point range. They're just content with shooting 3s. Tidwell muscles it up and in. Bree Tidwell full force to the basket, muscled her way to the rim, and Tidwell leading the charge tonight. 9 points here for Bree. Foul on the Mateos, the Spaniard. 20-18 lead. Tidwell at the charity stripe. Flick of the wrist, free throw, rattles in. 3-point play converted, and Bree's now got 10 points, 4 for 5 from the floor. Deja Purnell checking in. Tidwell remains. Carvalho's back in, and Hamalio and Lemon on the floor for the Lady Scotties at this point. For the Lions, it'll be brought up by Emma Bailey, but she gets her pocket pick. Tidwell gets it, goes up with it, and muscles it up and in again. Scores the deuce. Bree Tidwell with 12 already in this showdown. Tidwell spearheading the performance. They rip it away, and nice behind-the-back pass by Carvalho. Ooh, some filthy assist that time. Carvalho with a little filthy assist that time behind the back, and it was Bree Tidwell with the bucket. Little fancy-dancy move down low by Carvalho, dishing out some dimes. It's 25-18 as 3-point bucket tied the game at 18-all here to open up the second quarter. Timeout on the floor at the moment, but then, well, the Scotties matched with an answer of their own. They're on a 7-0 spurt, are the Scotties at this point. Highland looking to make that an even bigger run at this juncture. So nice little 7-0 run by the Scotties to this juncture, leading to the 25-18 lead with 8:22 left to play in the first half. At the halftime mark, we'll break down the statistics, also tell you about the men's game that's going on. We'll give you some halftime stats there. Foul on Highland after trying to get the breakaway steal yet again. Scotties rank one of the best. They actually are the best, or second best as far as steals per game, close to the #1 spot. But Blaze Burgess checking back in for Highland. They average 19.2 steals per game, Highland does, which is second best in NJCAA D2 level. And Tidwell with another thievery. Tidwell gets that steal, lobs it ahead for Carvalho, and Nani lays it in. Carvalho with a scoop shot layup. And Bree Tidwell has been a force here today in multiple ways and trying to bring up the level of energy. And head coach B.J. Smith got to like this because the energy level has shot through the roof here for Highland now in this second quarter. Hamalio now gets the steal. Nicoli in transition. Bounce pass finds Carvalho to the rim. score it for 2 more, and Carvalho makes this a huge run, as it is an 11-0 spurt by Highland. 11-0 run by the Scotties at this point, and a 10-second call forces another turnover. Turnovers are up to 14 on Missouri Southern JV, now 15. 15 turnovers from the Lions in this showdown. Morgan Brightwell checking back in for Missouri Southern State. Hamalio set to be the trigger man along the baseline to sling this in. Surveys the court here in the half-court set, left to right across your screen. Purnell, Carvalho, Tidwell, and Burgess. Spin move, the spin cycle, dump pass, finds Purnell. Deja Purnell knocks it down as Carvalho has stepped up her game. Mariani with another assist. As only 4 points for Carvalho, but she's made winning plays all around in other ways thus far in this showdown. Ahead, it's Tidwell trying to track it down to the backcourt, and Bree steps out of bounds when she had the ball. So we'll go back to the Lions, but they'll have to inbound it all the way back in the backcourt. 31-18 lead now. Highland was only up by 3 at the end of the first quarter. They've expanded that lead here ever so more, and up 31-18 on a long run. 3-ball on the way, that lips out. Rebound skied high for by Himalaya. Nicole, the outlet pass ahead, lobbed for Tidwell. Bree all the way to the rim, and that one won't go in for Tidwell. 6:43 left to play in the first half, and Highland on top. Substitutions coming in. Keandra White checking back in for the Lady Scotties. Highland on a huge spurt right now, 13 consecutive points when it was tied 18. Timeout called by the Lions. They couldn't find anybody to throw the inbounds pass to. No challenge on the actual inbounder, but they lead that to a timeout. 80-47 last time these teams played back on November the 28th. Highland trailed at halftime, but well, they look like they'll be owning the lead at halftime if things continue their way in this showdown. Scotties have scored 22 points off 17 turnovers, so a good number there, but they could have had some more in that situation. They're shooting 61.9% from the floor and 3 of 8 from three-point range. But Missouri Southern, well, they're shooting 50% from 3, 5 of 10. That's the only field goals they've made. They have not made a field goal from inside the arc. There's a hold and a foul on the Scotties. Head coach B.J. Smith, much in disagreement yet again, with his hands on his head. So first personal foul on Keandra White. Only the 3rd team foul on Highland, but there's been interesting calls in the mind of head coach B.J. Smith and the Scotty faithful. A lob down low. The shot will roll off the rim by Mateos. They sling it back out, but Hamalio swoops in like Batman to steal that away. Nicole getting into the passing lanes and reading it like a textbook. Burgess, open look 3, and that one won't go either. Too strong. Misfiring from outside the arc by Burgess. Blaze yet to score thus far in this contest. 14 points by Tidwell, spearheading the Scotties. Nobody above 5 after that. Deja Purnell has a 5-point contest for herself. 31-18, Highland on top. 6 minutes to go in the first half. As a deep 3 on the way. This one's off the heel of the rim and off the side by Gepford. Outlet pass finds Purnell. Purnell will go to the rim, misses the shot. White tried to get the rebound, but it was tapped away from her and into the awaiting hands of Morgan Brightwall. Brightwall, yo-yo dribble all the way to the rim, throws up the shot, just kind of a circus shot, hook shot from the far side. Outlet to White. White goes to the rim, and she won't convert either. Getting good looks, but maybe not falling at the frequency they want. Still, again, shooting 56.5%. White to the free throw line. Keandra, the freshman guard on the year, shooting just 46% from the free throw line, however, averaging 6 points per game. And 31-18 lead with 5:35 left to play in the first half. Tickles the twine, straight down the chute for that free throw. And White gets her first point of the ball game. 7th different gal to score today for Highland. Scotties, who average 14 turnovers per game, do have 9 in the first half. They have 11 steals and have forced 17 turnovers, scoring 22 points off those turnovers, where the Lions have only scored 5 off the Scotty 9. White makes both free throws. So Keandra with 2 points now in the contest, 33-18 lead, and Highland continues to add to the margin of this deep run that they have of 15 consecutive points. Ball on the floor, Lions recover, and they get it back out. Mateos in transition, lobs it ahead for Gepford. Gepford cross-court pass finds Clark. Clark step back, fires the 3. Up for the rebound. Gepford had it for a moment, and then it was knocked away. Burgess will get the handoff from Carvalho, who tracked down the loose ball board. Blaze all the way to the rim, puts her head down and barrels her way to the basket. Didn't get that shot to go, and 33-18 with 5 minutes to go in the first half. Highland again on this big run. It was tied at 18 on the first bucket of the second quarter on a 3-point bucket, which has been all the threes made, or all the buckets made, I should say, by the Lions. They've all been 3-point field goals, and they haven't made a bucket since then. They haven't made a deuce until now. The scoop shot layup as Mateos knocks down the deuce, and Mateos finally gets the first bucket of the day for inside the arc for the Lions. That's deflected by Gepford, knocked out of bounds. 33-20 with 4:44 to play in the first half. That also ends the Highland run at 15 consecutive points. So it's 15-2 run now for Highland at this juncture. But 4:44 left to play in the first half. Alcantara's going to step into a 3. That one rolls off the rim. Carvalho trying to track down the rebound, but knocked away from her. Showalter did a good job to block out Carvalho. As Tidwell with good defense right up in the face of Mateos. Mateos will have the double dribble, and Tidwell locked her down. And Bree Tidwell caused that double dribble. And Tidwell was right up in the grill of Mateos, and the gal from Spain got a little riled up and ultimately could not stay composed and hold on to the dribble. Blaze Burgess all the way to the rim. Scoop shot layup is good. Blaze Burgess gets her first field goal, and it comes off the run to the basket. Gepford now in transition, and she carries the ball. Turns it over. Turnovers approaching 20 in this game for the Lions, as they've now turned it over yet again. Cameron Lemon back in for Highland. That is the 19th turnover officially for Missouri Southern. 35-20, 15-point lead for Highland. Pass into the breadbasket of White. Now here's Tidwell, dribbles it to the free throw line, takes it to the rack, and lays it in. Bree Tidwell with the layup and makes it 37-20. Bree Tidwell having a strong day today. 16 first half points and an errant pass picked up on the scorer's table. 20th turnover of the first half. Highland has made 26 points off those turnovers in the first half as well. 14 fast break points to 0 fast break points on the flip side for the Lions. The Lions have had opportunities in fast break, but they have never converted opportunities there. And Carvalho, as that was good. And I thought that was Carvalho, and although Tidwell with the steal, up and in. Bree Tidwell with the bucket, as that one's up and in. I think that was Alcantara, by the way, on that last bucket prior to that. Tidwell with another steal, takes it away from the gal sitting on the floor, and Bree rolls to the rim. She's fouled, hits the padding hard. Good sportsmanship by the Lions gal to help her up, but Tidwell will go to the charity stripe to shoot a pair. Bree Tidwell, 8 of 10 from the floor. By the way, this is her 7th game with 7 or more made field goals. She makes the free throw to add to her day. 18-point performance from Tidwell. Or actually 19, excuse me. That was her second free throw of the day. Flick of the wrist, free throws up and in and out. That one goes, won't fall. She hasn't missed much today. 8 of 10 from the floor and 2 of 3 from the free throw line for Tidwell for her 19-point performance. Her season high and career best in college for the sophomore is 31 this year against the Missouri Baptist. That bucket is good as Krista Clark, a freshman, goes to the rim. Bentonville, Arkansas native. Clark will get the bucket and one opportunity as well. Cameron Lemon picks up the foul. Although that's it. Actually, the player up at the top said Lemon, but that was not the right foul, I believe. Blaze Burgess does return. It was Lemon with the foul, excuse me. As White has it on the left side wing. White dribbles it off to the free throw line. Tidwell, the hot hand so far, a little crossover move. Burgess now to White. White corner pocket three from the near side. And too strong on the three. Carvalho with the rebound, wrestles it down, throws up the shot in traffic. 4 different Lion players around her, and Carvalho will get fouled. Nani will go to the free throw line. The native of Brazil, second-team All-American last year, D2 Freshman of the Year in the Jayhawk Conference. Flick of the wrist, free throw scoots out of the rim. Carvalho, 73.5% free throw shooter on the season, but misses the first. 6 points for Nani today. Does have 6 rebounds and 4 assists, too. Second free throw won't go as well, and Lions collect the board. They'll bring it across the timeline with Gepford. Gepford working on the defense. Actually, that's, Showalter. And Showalter gets her pocket picked. Another thievery by Tidwell, and Bree all the way racing down the floor. Bree Tidwell puts the jetpack on and heads to the basket in a quick way. Burgess comes away with the steal, saves it on the far sideline, bounces off Alcantara's dome, and then back to the Lions in that situation. They call it travel. Good save by Burgess. The steal was never gathered by Highland. Alcantara did a great job. It kind of bounced off her head, just in a misfortunate turn of events, and the Lions were able to regather the possession. 44-23 lead. Highland on a big-time run. Of course, they went on a 15-0 run ever since the game was tied at 18 at the early portion of the second stanza. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Himalio with the dribble off to the right side, behind the three-point line now. Gives it off to Tidwell. Carvalho, spot up three from dead on, and it's off the rim. Tracked down the long rebound by Nicoli. Himalio splits the defense, makes the pass, gives it to Victor. What a pass! Thread the needle pass by Himalio to Victor for the bucket, and it's 46-23. Highland extending their lead at this point. They've now doubled up the Lions. Deep three on the way. They've been content with shooting threes all day, but they haven't made them at high frequency lately, that is. The runner gets the shooter's roll by Blaze Burgess. Floats it up and gets the shooter's touch. Blaze Burgess knocks down the field goal. Double team in the backcourt. Tidwell swoops in and Bree deflects it, steals it. Tidwell to the rim, up and in off the glass, deposited for 2 again. Tidwell with another bucket and continues to add to the Scotty lead. Bree 23 points today, 50-23 lead for Highland. Cross-court pass, Clark calls for it, open look three for her, 2 steps behind the line, misses the three. Carvalho, outlet pass ahead for Nicoli. Himalio to the rim, misses. Tidwell gets it up and in. Bree Tidwell cleans up the miss down low, and Tidwell, as Randy Moss would say, straight cash, homie, today. And she has made plenty of buckets. 11 of 13 from the floor as the Lions do themselves in again. 26 first half turnovers. Maria Alcantara checking in, and Bree Tidwell, to much of the applause of the Highland faithful here in attendance today, goes to the bench. Bree with 25-point performance here today. 52-23, final 30 seconds of the first half of action, and we'll head to halftime. Burgess off to the near side, gives it off to Alcantara. Thought about the three, but won't pull the trigger. Here's Himalio wide open. Nicoli fires the trifecta, but it won't go. And rebound tapped out of bounds. Victor had her fingertips on it, but lost the handle. So misfiring from outside the arc. Highland just 3 of 13 from 3, but they are shooting 57.9% from the floor overall, 22 of 38 in this showdown. They, of course, have shot 44% or better all year and lead the nation with 51.9% field goal percentage. 3 seconds to go. 2 seconds. 1. Deep three on the way. It's off the front of the rim, and Showalter misses the three. As we head to halftime, 52-23. Scotty's on top. They had a situation of being tied 18-all early in the second quarter, but a big run for Highland to finish the half, and they lead at 52-23 here at intermission. Halftime show coming up here on the Scotty Sports Network in just a few moments.
Highland Community College surprises a lot of people. Generally thought as one of the smallest, Highland is actually in the middle of the 19 Kansas community colleges in enrollment. Its Highland campus has a real college feel with housing, athletics, student organizations, theater, concerts, art shows, an operating farm, and distinctive academic programs in its regional centers that cover the college's 9-county service area in northeast Kansas. Viticulture, enology, precision agriculture, diesel, construction technology, early childhood. Check it out, Highland Community College, online at highlandcc.edu.
Highland's new Precision Agriculture program was designed for the farmer or related farm worker of the future. The future arrived quickly. Today's agricultural work goes beyond the field and barn to the computer, the satellite, the drone, the research lab. Aligning all these aspects precisely for the individual, field, and crop is provided by Highland's Precision Ag program. Centered in Baileyville at the College Western Center, this program can provide you with experience in understanding and applying modern farming methods. Check it out.
If you have heard stories about college debt and what it is doing not only to the student who borrowed the money, but also to families who co-signed those loans, you may have concern about your own college future. Check out the difference it makes to attend Highland Community College before transferring to a four-year institution. Going to Highland will save you thousands of dollars in college expense. Literally, you'll be able to start your life after college without the burden of debt that is impacting so many families. Check it out at highlandcc.edu. Highland Community College. From here, you can see anywhere.
Do you want a chance to win a pizza a week for 1 year? Highland Stop & Shop is giving Scotty fans a chance to win pizza for a year. For every full pizza you purchase at Highland Stop & Shop, you will receive a card that you can bring to the Highland home basketball games and enter into a drawing for a half-court shot to win pizza for a year. Each winner drawn at games automatically receives one free pizza. Promotion will run until someone makes a half-court shot and wins. Visit Highland Stop & Shop at 707 West Main in Highland.
Welcome in. It's halftime here at Ben Allen Fieldhouse today. Mike Smith alongside with you here. Final game of the calendar year of 2017 as ultimately the Lady Scotties looking to head into the holiday break with an unblemished record, sitting at 15-0, looking to improve to 16-0, and they lead it at halftime 52-23 here at home against Missouri Southern State junior varsity, as the Lions and the Scotties were playing tight early in this one, as Highland led by just a 3-point margin after the first quarter, 18-15, and then, well, Missouri Southern hit the first field goal of the second quarter to tie it 18-all, and then it was all Highland from that point on. Scotties went on a 15-0 run to distance themselves out from the Lions and ended the first half from that 18-all tie. Highland outscored the Lions of Missouri Southern State 34-5 from that point of 18-all, and the Scotties now a little bit in cruise control. Spearheading the performance for Highland is a 25-point first half showing by Bree Tidwell. Bree, monstrous game so far, 11 of 13 from the floor, and provided the spark that the Scotties needed offensively after the sluggish and slow start to the ball game. Highland is shooting nearly 58% from the floor, only 23%, however, from three-point range, 3 of 13, and they're 5 of 9 from the charity stripe in the first half. Flip it over to Missouri Southern State. They're 80% from the free throw line, 4 of 5, and they are 5 of 15 from three-point range. For quite some time, Missouri Southern State, their JV squad, had only made three-point field goals. Now, they did make a couple of field goals inside the arc and go 7 of 22 from the floor, shooting 31.8% in the first half. However, the Lions did have 26 turnovers forced by Highland, and Scotty scored 37 of their 52 points off those 26 turnovers and to own the lead. Highland is getting out-rebounded in this game by 2, 17-15 rebounding edge for Missouri Southern State in this affair. 12 assists on 22 made field goals for the Scotties at halftime, who have just 9 turnovers. Had a little bit turnover issue early on in the game, but settled in with only 9 overall in the affair. 15 steals in this showdown too by Highland. As they continue to rack up the steals, they rank second best in the nation in that category, second best in assists per game too, about 24 per contest and 19 steals per game approximately thus far this year. They rank tops in field goal percentage shooting, 51.9%. They're shooting better than that today, 57.9 at this point. 22 fast break points also for Highland. Like to play at a fast pace and get some opportunities in transition. They got those and were able to take advantage of it. Points in the paint, obviously a big differential there. As I mentioned, only 2 two-point field goals made entirely by Missouri Southern State. 36-4 points in the paint for Highland, and 37-5 points off turnover favors Highland as well, with 26 turnovers on Missouri Southern State side in this contest. So look at the statistics here at halftime of this showdown. This is the final game before the holiday break for the Lady Scotties as they lead it here at halftime, 52-23 at this point. Again, a 34-5 spurt from when the game was tied early in the second quarter at 18 apiece, but 34-5 Highland would outscore Missouri Southern State 34-5 after that being tied 18-all at second quarter, and now lead at 52-23 here at intermission. The Highland men are locked in a battle at halftime as well. They're on the road today against Northeast Community College. The Highland men lead by just 1 at intermission, 44-43. Do not have any halftime statistics to be able to tell you about that, but the Highland men do lead 44-43 at halftime against Northeast, the community college in Norfolk, Nebraska. They're playing that ball game. We do have a link on our Twitter account, HCC Scotties. Follow us on Twitter for all the Highland Community College updates. There is a link to watch the Highland men as well. You can watch us, of course, and also watch them too. Maybe you got a TV, computer. You can pull up both streams to keep track of both of the ball games here today. We'll also keep you up to date on the score for the men's game as it progresses, as we progress here at Ben Allen Fieldhouse. We'll take a timeout, come back here on the halftime show as the Scotties lead this one here at the half, and in firm control, Highland Ladies are in this showdown as they lead at 52-23 at intermission over Missouri Southern State JV.
What is it that stays with Highland alums that make them want to come back and work there? Almost 40 Scotty alums are now Scotty employees, and that number increases every year. Highland President David Rice encourages and supports those who work there with a simple philosophy. You're hired to do a job, do it well. Supporting folks to do their jobs encourages them to meet Rice's simple but high standards. Consequently, Highland faculty, staff, and administration are all part of a supportive culture that helps each other do their jobs well. Check it out, Highland Community College, online at highlandcc.edu.
Highland Community College continues to make college more affordable. Administrated by Nelnet Business Solutions, HCC now offers payment plans. Any student taking an HCC course may finance their tuition fee and main campus housing via one of 3 different payment plans. Choose from day, evening, weekend, or online classes with one great low rate. Associate's degrees and transferable classes with financial aid and scholarships also available. Highland Community College. From here, you can see anywhere.
Watch all the action and relive games from the season on the Scotty Sports Network, your home for Highland Community College sports. Subscribe to the Scotty Sports Network on YouTube and stay connected to HCC Sports. And now you can catch the latest game action and special features on teams and players with programs like Scotty Sports Talk. Find links to Scotty Sports Network under the Fan Zone tab at ScottyAthletics.com and subscribe to the Scotty Sports Network on YouTube.
Highland's new precision agriculture program was designed for the farmer or related farm worker of the future. The future arrived quickly. Today's agricultural work goes beyond the field and barn to the computer, the satellite, the drone, the research lab. Aligning all these aspects precisely for the individual, field, and crop is provided by Highland's Precision Ag program. Centered in Baileyville at the College Western Center, this program can provide you with experience in understanding and applying modern farming methods. Check it out.
Welcome back here on halftime of the matchup today at Ben Allen Fieldhouse on the Scotty Sports Network. Mike Smith alongside with you here for today's action. Final game before the holiday break. Lady Scotties at 15-0. Sit number 7 in the latest NJCAA D2 rankings and preseason ranked number 10. So they've creeped up a few spots in the latest rankings and looking to head into the break with an unbeaten record. They will be back in action on January the 6th, taking on Native Dream here at home. We will have that on the Scotty Sports Network that day. Conference play will start on January the 24th at Labette. Will be an interesting contest there for that showdown. Then Johnson County comes to town on the 27th. Of course, there's a few games in between those opportunities that will be had in conference play. Conference play is going to be tough for the Lady Scotties, and, well, that's, of course, to be obvious at this point. As you look at some of the numbers around the Jayhawk Conference at the Division II level in the standings of where some of the other teams are at, they've put together some prime records thus far in action thus far this year. Labette sits at 12-1. KCK is at 13-4. Johnson's at 12-4. Fort Scott just 7-7 on the season as well. But you got a lot of good teams in that Jayhawk Conference Division II level. Highland, of course, leading the way at 15-0. But Labette with one loss, KCK and Johnson both with opportunities to be really good teams here this year too, with 13-4 and 12-4 records. It'd be interesting to see how things unfold between all of those teams this year in the Jayhawk Conference and obviously in the region too. Heston's also in the region, by the way, along with those other teams I mentioned. Heston just 7-8 on the season. You can find all that at the Jayhawk Conference website, kjccc.org. Do a great job, they do, to get all that information. But you want to find out all the latest on the Scotty Sports, ScottyAthletics.com is where you can find links to not only watch the ball games on the Scotty Sports Network and Scotty Sports Talk and much more, but keep up to date with great recaps, photos, and much more on ScottyAthletics.com. You can keep up to date on all of Highland Community College sports on the website there. Again, bookmark it. It's ScottyAthletics.com. Coming up towards the second half, 52-23. All Highland now in this one, but it wasn't to start the ball game. Start of the second quarter, it was a 3-ball netted by Missouri Southern State that tied it at 18. Ever since that point, though, Highland went on a 34-5 run and now lead it 52-23 here at halftime. Scotties have utilized points off turnovers to spearhead their performance today. 37 points off 26 Lion turnovers in the first half. And Bree Tidwell putting on a show. 25 points. That is 6 points away from her career best of 31, which she scored against Missouri Baptist earlier this year. We'll have the second half coming up in just a little bit right here on the Scotty Sports Network.
What is it that stays with Highland alums that make them want to come back and work there? Almost 40 Scotty alums are now Scotty employees, and that number increases every year. Highland President David Rice encourages and supports those who work there with a simple philosophy. You're hired to do a job, do it well. Supporting folks to do their jobs encourages them to meet Rice's simple but high standards. Consequently, Highland faculty, staff, and administration are all part of a supportive culture that helps each other do their jobs well. Check it out, Highland Community College, online at highlandcc.edu. Do you want a chance to win a pizza a week for 1 year? Highland Stop and Shop is giving Scotty fans a chance to win pizza for a year. For every full pizza you purchase at Highland Stop and Shop, you will receive a card that you can bring to the Highland home basketball games and enter into a drawing for a half-court shot to win pizza for a year. Each winner drawn at games automatically receives one free pizza. Promotion will run until someone makes a half-court shot and wins. Visit Highland Stop and Shop at 707 West Main in Highland.
If you have heard stories about college debt and what it is doing not only to the student who borrowed the money, but also to families who co-signed those loans, you may have concern about your own college future. Check out the difference it makes to attend Highland Community College before transferring to a four-year institution. Going to Highland will save you thousands of dollars in college expense. Literally, you'll be able to start your life after college without the burden of debt that is impacting so many families. Check it out at highlandcc.edu. Highland Community College. From here, you can see anywhere.
Highland Community College surprises a lot of people. Generally thought as one of the smallest, Highland is actually in the middle of the 19 Kansas community colleges in enrollment. Its Highland campus has a real college feel with housing, athletics, student organizations, theater, concerts, art shows, an operating farm, and distinctive academic programs in its regional centers that cover the college's 9-county service area in northeast Kansas. Viticulture, enology, precision agriculture, diesel, construction technology, early childhood. Check it out, Highland Community College, online at highlandcc.edu. Watch all the action and relive games from the season on the Scotty Sports Network, your home for Highland Community College sports. Subscribe to the Scotty Sports Network on YouTube and stay connected to HCC Sports. And now you can catch the latest game action and special features on teams and players with programs like Scotty Sports Talk. Find links to Scotty Sports Network under the Fan Zone tab at ScottyAthletics.com and subscribe to the Scotty Sports Network on YouTube.
Ready for the second half here at Ben Allen Fieldhouse this afternoon. Highland looking to improve to 16-0 on the season. They didn't start off the way perhaps they would want to in this ball game, but they do lead it by a sizable margin as we enter the second half. They trailed this Missouri Southern State JV team at half last time they played at their place, and that was back on November the 28th, but right now they lead at 52-23 here at the start of the second half. Mike Smith alongside with you here on the Scotty Sports Network. This will be our final broadcast of the 2017 calendar year. We'll be back in action after the calendar flips to 2018. Alcantara, Carvalho going down low. Nani goes up off the glass and in. Carvalho gets the bucket. Her seventh and eighth points of the day. 8 points now for Carvalho. She's nearing a double-double with 7 rebounds as well. Also, Bree Tidwell with those 25 points had a career-high 7 steals in the first half, did Tidwell. And we'll see her off the bench, I'm sure, in the second half. Air ball on an 18-foot jumper from the baseline. Amalio rifles the pass ahead to White. Keandra will have to back it back out. Nicole wants a 3-ball. This one's going to be off the side of the rim. White crashes the glass. Carvalho near side 3, but won't pull the trigger. Burgess will. A deep trifecta try. That's off the heel of the rim and works its way out of bounds. Amalio trying to save it, but can't get there in time. Original starting 5 for the Scotties to start off the second half. That's White, Amalio, Carvalho, Burgess, and Alcantara. Highland goes right to left across your screen in the second half. The Missouri Southern State Lions go left to right in their road greens. Highland in the home whites here this afternoon. Up towards the top, Mateos was looking for the handle but couldn't get it. Now cuts to the basket, lays it up and in. Mateos with a scoop shot layup on the cut to the basket. A great pass by Morgan Brightwell as well to find her going to the rim. Alcantara's pass off to White. White trying to feed the post. Carvalho posting up on the far side. Amalio now to the top of the wheel. Burgess lobs it down low. Carvalho double teamed, goes high off the glass anyways. Shot won't roll in, and Brightwell tracks down the board. Brightwell hands that off to a teammate that was unanticipating that pass as Jessica Estes going to throw it ahead just across the timeline. And wide open on the baseline, they had an opportunity if they could have hold on to the pass, but Kylie Ackland was led astray. And Ackland can't hold on to the ball, lost it out of bounds. And there's the first turnover of the second half for the Lions, their 27th of the ball game. 54-25, Highland on top, 8:14 to play in the third stanza. Burgess puts it on the floor. White now to the free throw line. Back out in the corner. Blaze yet to hit a 3 today, which is a surprise. She's 0 for 4 from outside the arc. She's hit 2 or more threes in most every game of her career. Tamia Victor cashes in on a nice assist as Carvalho gets the assist. And Carvalho's done a little bit of everything today after a little bit slow start perhaps for her today in the ball game. Another 10-second call. Carvalho with the harassing defense. Lindsay Showalter needed somebody to come bail her out in the backcourt. No one came to her help and her aid. And that's the second 10-second call that has been warranted by opportunities for Missouri Southern State. Burgess, bounce pass to the high post to Carvalho, spin move, and what a beaut. The spin cycle turned on by Carvalho to get to double digits. Nani's got 10 here today. Carvalho with the 10-point performance. Well, it's had double figures in just about every single game, all but one now this year. So 15 of the 16 games played, that includes today. Carvalho with double digits. 3-ball on the way. That's from Showalter. Clanks off the heel of the rim. Rebound wrestled down, and that won't roll home either as Kylie Ackland misfires inside. Hamalio weaving her way through the rim, gets blocked from behind, and a foul. And the gal that got the block, Lindsay Showalter, shakes her head, says, "No, I got all ball," but Showalter instead gets the personal foul, and Nicole Hamalio goes to the free throw line. Nicole, I call her the human Swiss Army knife, as she does a little bit of everything for these Lady Scotties. The Brazil native to the free throw line, where she shoots nearly 64% as Nicole makes the free throw. That's her 4th point of the day. Everybody that's played today for Highland has been able to get on the scores book. Again, no Sydney Brindley today. A little bit of a ankle issue, but she should be good to go after the holiday break. Second free throw was netted as well. Hamalio makes that. 7 of 11 from the free throw line as a team the Scotties have today, and 60-25 lead for Highland. Highland's lowest output for an opponent was 21 points, so Missouri Southern State has scored more than that already, and they kind of had that, of course, accomplished by halftime. Hamalio takes it away after the miss by the Lions. Nicole weaving into the paint again. Will back it back out. Hands it off to White. Hamalio now to Carvalho at the top of the wheel. And Carvalho, a little behind the back dribble. Bounce pass for Victor. Throws the shot up, and it hits the bottom of the backboard. Ugly looking shot by Victor, but one and done again for Highland, which has happened quite a bit earlier. Scotty's being out-rebounded today at halftime, and that's actually still the case, as that 3-ball is no good. White gets the rebound. Outlet pass ahead, finds Hamalio. Nicole to the basket, up and in. Nicole Hamalio scores it for 2. Keandra White dishing the dime. No numbers, 3-on-2, not in favor of the Lions, so they hit the brakes and set up the half-court set. Left to right across your screen. And a blocking foul down low on Victor as Estes trying to post up. Victor's 3rd personal foul. Team fouls are just 1 apiece. Campbell checking in along with Gepford and also Bailey for Missouri Southern State. Mateos will pull the trigger on the inbound, and Bree Tidwell, who has had active hands all day, got into the passing lane there and deflected it before it even got inbounds. Tidwell with another deflection, has 7 steals in the first half. Like I said, that is a career high for her. Short-range jumper from the elbow, too strong. Rebound won't go either by Bailey. And here's another shot by Mateos. She misfires. Carvalho cleans the glass on the far side. And ahead of this one comes to White. White has to hit the brakes and actually comes up limping. Ankle issue that time. And they just call a stoppage. White has to come out of the ball game. Cameron Lemon came up limping with an ankle issue. Just kind of awkward turn, and she doesn't appear actually rubbing her knee now, actually, on the far sideline. But asked and looked by the trainer on the far sideline. 3 balls, good, splashed it home. Carvalho for 3, 13 points for Mariani, and it's 65-25 here. 2 points, that's it in this 3rd quarter for Missouri Southern State. They turn it over again, do the Lions. 65-25. 13-2, 3rd quarter. Highland in control and continuing to add to their lead. Of course, they have a 34-8 second quarter, 34-5 run to finish off the quarter. Lemon goes to the basket, but called for a foul. The Lions were before Cam could shoot that. Emma Bailey picks up the personal foul. Team foul number 3 on the Lions. Lemon pulls the trigger, goes to the corner. Burgess pops lock the 3, swished it home. Blaze Burgess knocks down a first trifecta try of the ball game. She has 30 games in her career of Highland with 2 or more made threes, but that's only her first here today of 5 opportunities from outside the arc. Campbell gets the transition bucket for the Lions down low. It's only the second field goal made of the second half for the squad of Missouri Southern State. Lob down low. Tidwell leads Victor, but a little astray, and the lob pass goes out of play. It's just the first turnover on Highland in the second half as they throw that away. Outlet pass ahead, and Gepford lost the handle. Ball's on the floor, picked up by Highland. Victor went to the floor to pick it up. Baseball pass by Burgess on a rope to Carvalho, and Nani gets that one to go. Carvalho lays it up and in on that baseball pass from Burgess, who rifled one down with some pace. And Carvalho's got 15 points, 8 boards, and 5 assists here in this ball game. 25 points by Bree Tidwell, leads the way still. She had 25 at halftime. 7 steals along with her, and 7 points apiece for Blaze Burgess and Nicole Himalio to spearhead Highland's performance today. They've outscored Missouri Southern State 18-4 here in the third quarter. 70-27, Highland leading this. Again, they won 80-47 when they played back on November the 28th on the road at Missouri Southern State. And Highland started off, leading by 5 at the end of the first quarter, but trailed at halftime of that ball game. Utilized a strong second half to go on and earn the victory. They won't bring full court pressure, but they'll pick them up just across half court, will Highland. Bree Tidwell challenging the point guard Ennis. Now a double team comes with Carvalho, and Mariani called for the personal foul. Carvalho picks up the second personal foul on herself. 4:16 left to play in the third. Inbounding it just across half court on the near sideline. Mateos being harassed by Tidwell. Tidwell's had a great defensive performance. She's called for the foul this time around. Bree, a little too aggressive. Bree, the pesky style of defense has gotten into the head of Mateos a little bit. Mateos does have 5 of the team's 29 turnovers, which is second most on the team here today for the Lions of Missouri Southern State. They go high-low, down-low. Campbell throws up the shot, a little spin, but she misses, and the rebound's picked up, and Emma Bailey makes the bucket. 70-29, Tidwell called for an offensive foul. And they're going to call Bree for the personal foul. Head coach B.J. Smith upset with that call. And talking to the referees, a little boisterous boisterous challenge by B.J. Smith. B.J. Smith says to the other referee, you got to help the other guy out. But didn't like the call on Bree Tidwell, which was an offensive foul. Short-range jumper from inside the paint, no good. Tidwell got the rebound, out for Himalio, lobbed it ahead for Cameron Lemon. Lemon now going to take it to the basket, up and in, score it for 2. It spins down the drain, and did they just call a technical on B.J. Smith? Cameron Lemon will shoot the and one. So Lemon makes the bucket and has 4 points, and Cameron Lemon will shoot this free throw, but I'm pretty sure they just called a technical foul on B.J. Smith. Free throw's up and good. Cameron Lemon gets that to go, or at least a warning. They didn't call a technical foul. They gave head coach B.J. Smith a warning on the sideline. So they gave Coach Smith a warning for his boisterous rant. 73-29, 3:37 left to play in the third. Full court pressure defense now picked up by Highland again as they break it a little bit with now Brightwell bringing it across the timeline. Tidwell picks up Brightwell on the far side. Bree harassing again. Bree steals it once more, steals it again. Here's Bree to the rim, lays it up and in. Bree Tidwell, the pickpocket today, and she's able to steal another. 8 steals for Bree, and she could get a double-double with steals today with 8 thieveries That's almost stolen away by Himalio. Himalio causes the deflection and does get the steal. Nicole then loses it out of bounds. A little frustrated with herself, but Himalio did come away with the steal. Emma Bailey back in for the Lions. She joins Clark on the floor alongside with Bailey. Inbounding it on the near sideline, the Lions will. Also, Estes remains on the floor. And the gal to sling it in. Ackland gets it out back from the inbounds pass. Clark on the baseline, pickpocketed by Himalio. Nicole off and running, turning on the jetpack and rolling to the basket, laying it up and in. Nicole Himalio racing down the floor for another deuce, 77-29, and 2:45 left to play in the third. Brightwall off to the near side, setting up the offense, going against Alcantara. Brightwall to the free throw line, off to the baseline, pump fake on the shot, double dribble. And that's off Estes' hands. Turnovers still flying upward. 33 turnovers forced by Highland today. They forced 20 or more turnovers in all 15 games prior to today. Of course, already past 20 in the first half. They had 26 turnovers in the first half, did the Lions. 7 in the second half, so been a little bit more discipline there. Crossover move. Tidwell deposits it down low. Alcantara with a little bounce, and up and in. Alcantara gets the deuce, steadied herself down low for the bucket, and 79-29 as we go up to 2 minutes to go in the third. In the corner, Ackland being harassed by Himalio, who has caused several deflections and steals of her own. She has 5 swipes today, and Tidwell almost swipes another one. 3 ball from the right side wing. That's too strong, off the far side of the rim. Rebound picked up by the Lions, and Himalio swoops in again to steal another. 6 steals for Nicole. Nicole off and running, throws that up for Tidwell, lays the shot up, misses short. Bree double teamed, will back it back out. Himalio now weaving her way to the basket. Scoop shot layup is up and in. Himalio weaving through the maze of defenders and lays another in. 11 points for Nicole. She's approaching a triple-double again. 6 steals and 7 rebounds for Himalio with 11 points. Minute 17 to go, and off to the basket. The shot no good. Emma Bailey is going to be fouled, and Alcantara, I believe, will be the whistled party for this. Alcantara getting the personal foul. We go to the free throw line to shoot 2, and Bailey has not shot any free throws. 4 or 5 from the free throw line. No free throws in the second half quite yet for the Lions. Free throw is good. 81-30. Not many points in the second half. Only 7 in this third quarter right now for Missouri Southern. Flick of the wrist. Free throw's good. Tickles the twine there. About 10:53 to go in the men's game up in Nebraska. And it is now actually Highland trailing that ball game, I believe, in that showdown. That bucket was good as well for the Scotties. 81-31 lead. Highland on top. Deja Purnell with the jumper. Down low from behind. Purnell's called for the foul, trying to reach in and cause the deflection. Scotties have outscored the Lions 29-8 here in the third quarter. Deja Purnell, solid game for her. 5 points. Purnell averaging 3.9 points per game. Free throws up and good by Jessica Estes. I'm just going to check in on the Highland men's basketball team again and give you that scoring update in a moment when I can. Himalio tracks down the rebound in that one. Up to the top of the wheel, Alcantara, Tidwell on the floor. Himalio, though, and the company throw it away. Highland men trailing 66-61 with under 8 to play in that one. Under 30 seconds to play now in our third quarter. 81-32. Down low, the shot up and off the rim. Himalio rips down the rebound. Nicole tracks down another board. Tidwell lays it off for Lemon, and Lemon will deposit it in for 2. Cameron Lemon gets the bucket. Bree Tidwell the assist. And unselfish play that time for the Lady Scotties, who are up 83-32 here in the waning seconds of the third quarter. 3-ball on the way. That's straight down the chute as Krista Clark knocks down a three, 83-35, and Highland heaves one up at the buzzer, but it'll be the Scotties in control, 83-35, entering the fourth and final quarter here on the Scotty Sports Network.
Highland's new precision agriculture program was designed for the farmer or related farm worker of the future. The future arrived quickly. Today's agricultural work goes beyond the field and barn to the computer, the satellite, the drone, the research lab. Aligning all these aspects precisely for the individual, field, and crop is provided by Highland's Precision Ag program. Centered in Baileyville at the College Western Center, this program can provide you with experience in understanding and applying modern farming methods. Check it out.
Highland Community College continues to make college more affordable. Administrated by Nelnet Business Solutions, HCC now offers payment plans. Any student taking an HCC course may finance their tuition fee and main campus housing via one of 3 different payment plans. Choose from day, evening, weekend, or online classes with one great low rate. Associate's degrees and transferable classes with financial aid and scholarships also available. Highland Community College. From here, you can see anywhere.
83-35, we've hit the final 10 minutes of the contest, and Highland's got some eye-popping numbers despite the sluggish start. There are 83 points scored here today. They didn't have much. They had 18 in the first quarter and didn't look like they might even get to that point, but they scored 34 and have an outburst of points in the second stanza. Go on to finish that second quarter in impressive fashion, and 34-5 run when the ball game was tied 18-all. Highland would outscore Missouri Southern State 34-5 from that point on in the first half and lead it by a nice margin at halftime, 52-23 at that juncture, 83-35 of course now, and we're into the final quarter. 35 turnovers for Missouri Southern State, but that's not even approaching quite yet the most turnovers forced by Highland on the season. Nicole Himalio to the basket to score a deuce. Himalio now with 13 points, flirting with a near triple-double again, and a double-double for sure if she can get one more rebound. Swallowed up and engulfed by Purnell on that block as they get it back now. Highland does in the half-court set. Lemon, Purnell, Alcantara, Himalio, and Tidwell. Nicole's firing the three. That one's too strong. Long board. Purnell tracks it down and in. Cross-court pass finds Lemon. Lemon around the defender. Steadies, fires up and off the backboard and in. Cameron Lemon. Deja Purnell with an assist. And Purnell getting, a couple of opportunities, an assist and a block in the last couple of chances. 5 points as well to go along with her day. 87-35, under 9 to play. Here's a foul as Lindsay Showalter had went off the move. I think Nicole Himalio picked up the foul. It was Himalio's first personal foul. Along the baseline, set to sling this in. Off the hands of Emma Bailey and being harassed by Alcantara's long arms to try to challenge the inbounds pass. They did get it in. Showalter has it on the left side wing. They go down low to Campbell. Campbell up and in. Campbell has a nice, couple of buckets tonight, but she's had good looks inside, more than the 2 buckets she's made. That shot blocked on Alcantara's try. Tidwell almost with another steal. Pass ahead, though, finds Gepford. She comes across the timeline. Off to the right side wing. As Missouri Southern State continues to operate left to right across your screen with 8:25 to play in the ball game. Spin move by Showalter. She throws up the shot. It's short. Maybe just grazed the rim. Alcantara's pass ahead for Himalio. Nicole, bounce pass for Tidwell. Bree around the defender, up and in. The shot rolls in. Bree Tidwell with 29 points. Nicole gets the assist, her 6th of the ball game. Himalio with 13 points, 6 steals, 6 assists, and 9 rebounds. Bree Tidwell with 29 points, 8 steals, 4 assists, also 3 rebounds on the day as well. 89-37, 7 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Shot inside by Campbell, misfires. Lemon with the rebound. Cam across the logo, going to go all the way to the rim and roll it in. Cameron Lemon coast to coast and lays it in for the deuce. 91-37. Highland on the precipice of 100 points yet again. And a timeout on the floor. Carvalho and Victor set the check in for Highland here in this one. Timeout on the floor, full timeout, so we'll slip in a 30-second break here on the Scotty Sports Network. 7:34 left to play, 91-37 lead. Highland leading this over Missouri Southern State JV.
If you have heard stories about college debt and what it is doing not only to the student who borrowed the money, but also to families who co-signed those loans, you may have concern about your own college future. Check out the difference it makes to attend Highland Community College before transferring to a four-year institution. Going to Highland will save you thousands of dollars in college expense. Literally, you'll be able to start your life after college without the burden of debt that is impacting so many families. Check it out at highlandcc.edu. Highland Community College. From here, you can see anywhere.
A lot of big numbers for the Scotties. They're shooting 61.9% from the floor today, which not a season best, surprisingly. They shot in a game 66.7%, but 61.9% is a whole 10% better than their season percentage. Three ball no good by the Lions. Rebound picked up by White, who brings it across the timeline into the half-court set. Carvalho, Tidwell, Lemon. Lemon fires the corner pocket. Three is good. Cameron Lemon knocks down the trifecta. Carvalho with the assist. Mariani with 5 assists to go along with 8 boards and 15 rebounds. So you got Cameron Lemon with 4 14 points. That personal foul was the second, mind you, on Bree Tidwell. But 14 points for Cameron Lemon. She becomes the 4th different player to double figures, and a traveling violation or stepping out of bounds, one of the two, whichever you want to call, on the baseline for Missouri Southern. So now with 4 gals in double figures, it becomes the 14th of the 16 games played that Highland has scored or had 4 double-figure scores or more in a game. The only time that they didn't accomplish 4 double-figure scores or more was actually against this Missouri Southern State team back on November the 28th, when only 3 gals had double figures in that showdown. Victor down low for Carvalho, but it's ripped away. Gepford steals that, then it's stolen right back. Lemon now with it all the way to the rim. Throws it up, muscled it up off her right hand. Went up one arm, that right arm, and couldn't get the shot to roll in. 6:20 left to play. Victor gets the steal in the backcourt momentarily, and it'll go off of Tamia. She never really had firm grasp of it. Highland put together a 34-point second quarter, a 31-point third quarter, and those 2 quarters alone, led by Bree Tidwell in the second quarter in the first half, has helped Scotties to get the action in their favor. 10-second call yet again, as they only had about 2 seconds to flirt and work with for the Lions, but the third time I think a 10-second call has happened in this ball game, third or fourth. And another turnover forced. 94-37 in this one. 6:15 left to play in the contest. Tidwell looking for a career high night. She could tie it with a deuce, take a new career high with a 3. Carvalho up to Lemon. Now it's White off the left side wing. Cross-court pass. Carvalho, Nani fires the 3, a little strong. And Keandra White with the offensive rebound, and they're going to call White with a foul. Gepford kind of just went back into her, and they call Keandra White for over the back, but I thought Gepford stepped back into her and was just a misfortunate turn of events there that she fell. White had a clean rebound, but instead it's Keandra picking up the personal foul, her second, team foul number 3 here in the fourth quarter. But 94-37, 5:50 to go in the game. Lions will inbound it in the half-court set. They pull the trigger. Gepford tracks it down, gives it out to Mateos. And Mateos called for the travel, stutter step on the right side wing. 39 turnovers for Missouri Southern State. Highest turnovers that Highland forced this year against their opponent was 46. But again, they averaged 28.5 turnovers forced per game this year. That margin will go up. Carvalho from the near side corner. Bingo! three ball is good. Splashing it in from outside the arc. Carvalho's got 18 today with the trifecta, and that's her second three of the ball game. 7 of 21 from outside the arc. Mateos misses inside. Rebound collected by Campbell. She tried to go up and around, but can't get it to go. Lemons pass ahead for Tidwell. Bree to the rim, up and in. Bree Tidwell with 31 as Tidwell now ties a career high today. 31-point performance by Bree Tidwell. 5 minutes to go under that now as we have seen a great performance by the Scotties that started slow. Zoe Campbell gets the deuce, her 5th and 6th point on that bucket, 99-39, as the Scotties will go over 100 points on the next bucket, and that would be their 9th time to accomplish that feat. Tidwell tracks it down in the corner, trapped for the moment, lobs it down to Victor. Victor up and in. Tamia Victor with the bucket. Victor has got 6 points. So Bree Tidwell has a great performance, gets that assist. Another turnover by the Lions. Nicole Amalio's back in. 31 points by Bree Tidwell. That is tied for a second best performance this year, which is 31 from her earlier this year. Of course, the best performance individually thus far for Highland this season belonged to one Blaze Burgess when she went on a three-point barrage against Graceland. She hit 10 threes and had 32 points that game. That was a season high for a team overall, individual. Amalio takes it off the dribble, weaves her way into the lane. White now lost the handle, but regathers. White, Amalio, Burgess, Carvalho, and Victor on the floor. Amalio's pass goes out of bounds. 4:02 left to play in the contest. Several great numbers today for Highland. We'll have post-game too. New, different link for the post-game. We'll have the normal post-game with head coach B.J. Smith and a player or two. As getting into a predicament, Bailey gets out of it. They get a pass over to Estes, back it back out in three-point range. Estes in the left side wing, setting it up towards the top of the wheel. That's the Showalter. Up now to the hands of Brightwall. Brightwall off into Estes' hand. Ackland, now it's going to fire up the three. Can't get that to go. Showalter fired it up, and here's a foul. Emma Bailey, I believe. Yep. Emma Bailey's third personal foul. Only the first foul as a team, however, on the Lions in the fourth quarter. So after a slow start and a tight ball game in the first, it was a three-point game at the end of the first quarter, tied at 18 just into the second stanza. It's been all Highland from that point on. They went out to get a huge run as Blaze Burgess airballs the three. Saved by White. Carvalho now to the rim. Dished it back out. Burgess now from dead on to the top of the wheel. Can't get that three to go. Victor saves it on the baseline. What a play by Tamia. The three by White wouldn't go either, though. Highland doesn't get anything out of it, but Tamia Victor tightrope walk to the baseline to save that on the rebound. 101-39, 3:02 to go in the contest. 4 double-figure scores. Amalio does have a double-double officially today. 13 points, 10 rebounds. And Nicole getting that double-double for herself in the showdown. Off the dribble into the body of Carvalho. The shot hoisted up by Showalter. Can't convert. Nicole in transition. Backs it out because no numbers. Burgess, Carvalho, off to White on the right side wing. Carvalho to Burgess, bounce pass for Amalio. Nicole inside, bounce pass for Victor. Now Amalio came away with it, and they call a timeout. Okay, I blew the whistle, and Nicole thought it was going to be a traveling violation or something on her. But Amalio did actually keep the dribble when it went off of Victor's leg. It went back to Nicole. She was on the floor, kept the dribble alive. Head coach B.J. Smith called the timeout to keep possession for the Scotties. Highland with 56 points off 40 turnovers today. That's a huge portion of why they lead 101-39 in this affair. So it's the 9th time the Scotties have accomplished the feat of scoring 100-plus points. They did it in the last game, and they look to continue that trend perhaps after the holiday break, too, averaging 104 points per game, which leads the nation. Up and in, Alcantara with the assist on the inbounds from Keandra White as Maria gets the bucket, her 6th and 7th point. Alcantara now with 7 points to go along with Burgess's 7 points, and then the 4 gals in double figures that have helped lead the way for Highland here today. Get an update on that Highland men's basketball score in just a moment. Jump ball forced inside the paint by Highland. 103 to 39, just over 2 minutes to go. This will be our final broadcast of 2017 here on the Scotty Sports Network. And we'll be back in action after the calendar flips to 2018. The Highland men suffer an 81-73 loss today to Northeast Community College. We got some numbers on that we can talk about in the postgame wrap-up as well. 103-39 with 1:52 to go in this showdown. Scotties suffer that loss. Here's a deep three. Haviciani's checked in. Anna coming into this ball game, and Michaela Palmore as well here for the final couple minutes. They had not played up until this point of the day. Cross-court pass finds the outstretched hands of Brightwall to the near side post, spinning for a look. Estes fires it up, and she'll be fouled and go to the charity stripe to shoot some free throws. 1:28 to go. Alcantara gets the personal foul. Offensively today for the Highland men in the loss, Holden Redparth had 16, Ryan Haskins 17, and James Caldwell 14. Free throws short by Estes. But again, Highland men's basketball losing today 81-73 as they fall to Northeast Community College. So the Scotty men's basketball team now 11-5 on the season. Free throw no good, but there was a whistle and I think a infraction on a lane violation. Not sure what it was. Missouri Southern State wants an explanation on something, but I don't know what happened there. But a lane violation, I think, happened to be the call. And turnover by Highland. 1:22 to go. 103-39. Highland on top. Again, we'll have post-game after this showdown. Ask head coach B.J. Smith about the contest today. And maybe a player or two. Bree Tidwell perhaps will join us with a matching career-high 31. As another turnover happens by the Lions. Lions continue to turn the ball over at a high frequency today. That is the 42nd turnover, 16th of the second half, 26 in the first half, 42 turnovers. It's the third time, I believe, this year that Highland's forced 40 or more turnovers from their opponents. Aviciani off to Lemon. Palmore now on the right side wing. Victor and Alcantara round out the 5 here for the final minute. Maria throws up the shot, banked it in, off the backboard. Alcantara gets the bucket, 9 points for Maria. Across the timeline, they come with Emma Bailey. Bailey going to work towards the top of the wheel. Pass this into Estes' hands. Down to 34 seconds to go. 105-39. Up to the top of the wheel, off the dribble. Ackland takes it, hands it off to Brightwall, excuse me. Brightwall out there now with Palmore on her. Brightwall hands this off. 1 second on the shot clock. Doesn't hit the rim. Shot clock violation. And 105-39. It remains. 16 seconds to go in this ball game, and Highland will be victorious and improve to 16-0 in the showdown. Scotties will, of course, take the victory here today and ultimately propel themselves to 16-0 and that unbeaten record. Thrown away as Missouri Southern State gets the steal on that play. And we'll come back with it. Final 2 seconds. Heave up a desperation shot that actually goes off the rim, but won't go down for that opportunity. That's it, 105-39. Scotties win it. We'll take a break, come back with a post game here in just a few moments on the Scotty Sports Network.
Highland Community College continues to make college more affordable. Administrated by Nelnet Business Solutions, HCC now offers payment plans. Any student taking an HCC course may finance their tuition fee and main campus housing via one of 3 different payment plans. Choose from day, evening, weekend, or online classes with one great low rate. Associate's degrees and transferable classes with financial aid and scholarships also available. Highland Community College. From here, you can see anywhere.
Highland's new Precision Agriculture program was designed for the farmer or related farm worker of the future. The future arrived quickly. Today's agricultural work goes beyond the field and barn to the computer, the satellite, the drone, the research lab. Aligning all these aspects precisely for the individual, field, and crop is provided by Highland's Precision Ag program. Centered in Baileyville at the College Western Center, this program can provide you with experience in understanding and applying modern farming methods. Check it out.
Welcome back on the Scotty Sports Network as we wrap up the ball game here at Ben Allen Fieldhouse. We will have official postgame with head coach P.J. Smith and players coming up after we wrap it up here with the final statistics for today's showdown. Start to the game was sluggish for both teams, but Missouri Southern State stayed with Highland, and it was 18-15 after one quarter. And then Missouri Southern State netted a 3-point field goal right at the start of the second quarter to tie it at 18. Highland precedingly then went on a 15-0 run from that point on, and that's really when they took control of the ball game. And from that 18-all tie, Highland finished the first half on a 34-5 run when it was tied at 18-18. And they led at halftime 52-23. Actually outscoring Missouri Southern State 34-8 overall in the second quarter. 31-12, third quarter extended the lead, and Highland finished the game with a 22-4 fourth quarter to secure the victory in this contest. Highland capitalizing on 43 turnovers of Missouri Southern, as it was points off turnovers, 58 points off the turnovers for that showdown after the 43 turnovers of Missouri Southern State. Missouri Southern State shoots 7 of 11 from the free throw line, 6 of 21 from 3, 13 of 49 from the field. Highland shoots 60% from the field, 45 of 75 on the day, 7 of 25 from the three-point line, 8 of 12 from the free throw line here today for the Scotties. Highland actually out-rebounded by 2 by Missouri Southern State, who won the rebounding 31-29. Scotties had 16 assists on 45 made field goals, 21 steals today, which was approaching a new team high, but not quite, as they also, of course, had 16 turnovers, which is a little bit, 2 more than they average on the season, but forced 43 and got 58 points off of those 43 turnovers as well. 38 fast break points to only 2 for Missouri Southern State in that capacity, and a 105-39 victory for Highland today. Individual statistics for you. Nobody in double figures for Missouri Southern State. 9 points by Carissa Clark led the way for them. 7 points by Emma Bailey in the showdown too as well. For Highland in the individual capacity, 31 points, which ties a career high by Bree Tidwell. She had 8 steals on the day. 18 points for Mariani De Carvalho with 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. Blaze Burgess nets 7 points and has 3 assists. Nicole Himalio with a double-double of 13 points and 10 rebounds, 6 assists and 6 steals. 9 points for Maria Alcantara and 5 rebounds, 2 points for Keandra White, 4 rebounds. Also 14-point day for Cameron Lemon. She had 5 assists, 6 points for Tamia Victor, 5 points for Deja Purnell in the victory for Highland here today. A lot of good numbers for the Scotties, but they ultimately improved to 16-0, the biggest number there, as they remain their record undefeated on the season headed in to the holiday break. Scotties win this one and roll past Missouri Southern State JV 105-39. We'll have post-game wrap-up coming up in just a little bit with head coach B.J. Smith and a few players that will be coming up on the Scotty Sports Network with the post-game link. Find the post-game link on Scotty Sports Network at YouTube, or you can go to ScottyAthletics.com on the schedule page. There is a direct link for the postgame as well for that coming up in just a little bit. Highland wins it tonight in the final game of the action for the holiday break, as they win it this afternoon, I should say, 105-39 in routing fashion over Missouri Southern State University. Thanks for watching and listening here on the Scotty Sports Network.